I've always loved using Sony's flagship headphones. I used the WH-1000 XM3s, then I shifted to the XM5s, and now I was waiting for the XM6. But then almost 3 months ago, nothing revealed the headphones won. Thanks to the community review program, I got my hands on them. And my goal was only this. Do I stick with the Sonys or do I finally switch? I've made my decision and tell you what it is and why it is in the next few minutes. Alright, we know this, we understand this, and we expect this from every Nothing product. The design genuinely stands out, unapologetically. The headphones one look like an old tape recorder strapped onto two ear cups in the best way possible. Put these next to any other premium pair and suddenly everything else looks kind of boring. The aluminum ear cups add weight, sure, but they also give them a really premium feel. And the best part is the practicality. Every control you might need has its own button. Volume is on a roller dial, scroll to adjust, click to play or pause, hold to switch ANC modes. Below it, a paddle for skipping tracks. If you hold it, you can scrub through a song. At the bottom, you find an actual power switch. None of that long press and hope it turns off nonsense. Inside, there's a small pairing button, but that was a little hard to find for me. And on the outside, a customizable button that you can set up however you like. No forced minimalism, no cramming 10 functions into one single button. The industry could use more of this. And the story remains the same with the ports. You get a 3.5mm jack, and the USB-C port can also be used to output audio to your smartphone that does not have the headphone jack anymore. But of course, not everything is perfect. The headband padding could have been better. I wish the ear cups swiveled both ways. Resting these on my short neck isn't exactly comfortable. And I do hope Nothing starts selling replacement ear cups in the future, because right now, there is no availability for it. And as for the case, it works fine, but it's a bit too wide and the zipper doesn't feel the smoothest. But in terms of comfort, I have no complaints. And yes, they are a little heavier than the average, but still, after a while you stop noticing. On your head, they stand out, but they don't look out of place. And because the profile isn't super wide, you don't end up looking like a hammerhead shark, which I appreciate, especially because I already have a pretty big face. The buttons are also very easy to get used to. Each one feels different, so you're never guessing. The only thing I wish is those little circular indents on the headband. I wish these also could be used for markings, so I know exactly how to resize them whenever I take them out of the case. As for sound, this is the one thing I did not need to mess with at all. See, I like balanced sound with a little extra in the mid-bass, the part that gives every beat the punch, the meat, the definition, and these nail that. Highs come through nice and clear without being sharp. Vocals sound strong, and while the soundstage isn't the widest, it's more than good enough. Don Toliver's Lose My Mind, Tate McRae's Just Keep Watching sound ridiculous amounts of fun. Every layer of the composition gets the love it needs. The sharper beats of Michael Jackson's They Don't Care About Us land precisely on the spot. Punk rockers' highs are smooth, not harsh, and Linkin Park sounds great without much effort. Pushing the volume past 80% can make things a little sharp, but otherwise, no complaints. As for hip-hop, absolutely no trouble for these headphones. They hit much harder than the Sony XM5s when it comes to sound. I tried my best in every way to tune the Sony XM5s, and still, the Nothings sound much better. On sound alone, Nothing wins. Now let's flip from the sound inside the headphones to the noise outside. You get 6 mics, 3 on each side to control the noise. They do a really good job. These headphones are not at the level of something like the Bose QC45s or the XM5s. If Sony and Bose are about a 9 on 10, these would be more about a 7.5 or an 8 on 10. That means office noise and chatter from the cafe tables can be quietened, but some little noises will sneak in. Calls though are solid. I've tested them in quiet, with the fan on, with the fan off. Never did the caller complain about any noise. Easily as good as the XM5s. But what is even better on these headphones is the battery life. Nothing claims 35 hours of battery life with the ANC on and 30 hours with ANC and LDAC on for high-res playback. And in my time with these headphones, with about an hour or 2 of use every day, I usually had to charge them only once a month or once in 25 days, which more than meets the claim. This is without LDAC, but still. Battery is an absolute win on these headphones. And the Nothing X app is another win. Simple, clean, and so much better looking than Sony's app. You open it and you see the headphones and battery right there. Right below it is the ANC control. Below it, you will see spatial audio, which I do not really test on any pair of headphones because I hate it. Beside it is bass enhancement. Through this, the headphones dynamically increase the amount of bass you hear in the sound. And as for the EQ, you have two options: basic one and a ridiculously detailed one. I'm talking Q factors and frequency control for each layer. This was way beyond me, but for audiophiles, I can tell this is gold. Sony's EQ, simply not at this level. Through this app, you can also select what the multifunction button would do. It can toggle the ANC, trigger the voice assistant, mute the mic, switch the EQ presets, whatever you set it to do. And if you're on a nothing phone, you can use this button to basically record voice notes for Essential Space, which AI will analyze, grab the bullet points and reminders out of, and then place those reminders on your Google Calendar. As for latency, I had no issues at all. Overheat detection also works really well, but I just wish nothing enabled it by default because I had to go into settings and then enable it. Dual connection has been super reliable so far, and there is also support for Google Fast Pair, Microsoft Swift Pair, and Find My devices. And yes, you can also make the headphones blast a loud sound in case you lose them around the house, which you won't given the design. Very neat. If I had to sum these headphones up in a single word, that's the word I will use: neat. Nothing's been trying to make products that feel special, unique, while still being practical. The Headphone One nails that. They nailed the sound for people like me. The ANC is solid for a first attempt. And then you've got thoughtful design, excellent mics, genuinely useful features, and an app that isn't an afterthought. And even though the Sonys are super premium, they do not round off the experience like the Nothing headphones do, especially when it comes to the tuning, the practicality, or the app. And hence, I switched, and I would easily recommend you to do the same.